All right, hello there. We are on chapter 5 of Early Christian Heresies by Joan O'Grady. The title of the chapter is The Two Alexanderian Teachers. Now, I wrote this out very quickly, so I have to try to read my own chicken scratch. So if I screw up a little bit, which is not uncommon, please cut me some slack. So, the reason Gnosticism is getting so much attention in this book is because it was the most serious heresy of the early church, Christian church, the first 1,000 years. It also contains many heretical ideas that will resurface later in different heresies, including in the first 1,000 years. The primary goal of the early Gnostics was to create a philosophy system that contained elements of Christianity to live by. The 4th century heresies argued against certain points of Orthodox Christian doctrine. The heresies of the 5th and 6th centuries were in defense of certain points of disagreement about the heresies of the 4th century. All of these arguments boiled down to definitions of word meanings. Sound familiar? We have that today in our society, don't we? So, on the surface, some of these debates may seem very minor or trivial, but small changes of meaning can alter the trajectory that anybody is traveling on dramatically in the long term. Okay, that's where the book stops talking about this, but I'm going to give a little bit of my own personal explanation that's not in the book. This may be illustrated by drawing a straight horizontal line from point A to point B. If you change that trajectory from point A by even 1 degree, it will seem insignificant by the end of an 8-inch piece of paper. But continue those separating trajectories over the time and space of eternity, and the destination of point C is very different than point B. And this is even more amplified by more diversions. You see that with all the divisions that have happened with different denominations. This is the danger of heresy warned of in the Bible and church by the saints. See Galatians 1 through 12. All right, so back to the book. The author goes on to complain that the issues of the first century are more complicated than this. For example, she points out that Bishop Clement of Alexandria, who was there from 150 to 215, did not reject all Gnostic ideas, and neither did Origen, 185 to 204 AD. But some of Origen's ideas were specifically condemned by the Orthodox Christian councils of the 5th and 6th centuries. So, in short, the two Alexandrians she is referring to as teachers of Gnosticism are these two, Clement and Origen of Alexandria. The author then goes into some details for a few pages about the writings of these two teachers and in what ways they agreed and disagreed with Gnosticism, because they didn't fully agree with it. She gives references to heretical Roman Catholic beliefs about purgatory and other things that developed from teachings of these two teachers, according to her. This is my own commentary here. I don't get the impression that Joan O'Grady is an Orthodox Christian. And I've not been able to look up her biography at this point to understand her position regarding these matters or to verify any of it. But that's kind of the way it seems to me, because she seems to talk as a Roman Catholic. Later on, she returns to Orthodox Christianity and the teachings of St. Irenaeus on the matters concerning Gnosticism. She interjects her opinions on the matter, as most authors do, like I'm doing in my summaries. As she says of St. Irenaeus' arguments not being irrefutable, so it is with her own opinions. She acknowledges that many believe St. Irenaeus is irrefutable. There are some comments like these that suggest the possibility that she agrees with Gnosticism or believes that Orthodox Christianity is a matter of opinion and not necessarily true, as in God being the head of the church, guided by the Holy Spirit through the infallible men and followers of Christ, which make up the body of the church, but none of this is made clear in her writing. There's just wording in certain sentences that suggests that she's not in the Orthodox Christian Church. So this concludes my abbreviated summary of chapter 5. I hope you are enjoying it. I hope that it inspires you to look into these controversies more closely and study history of the church and history in general, and that goes with everything, and kind of try to look at things from different perspectives and see where the impression is painting. What's the big picture? What does it look like? So that's the whole point. Please pray for me, a sinner. God bless. Over and out.